What's going on? It's Astronaut H, and this is the What More Do You Want Network. Now, this video I wanted to make in light of the information I just received that Bill Russell, the Celtic legend, just passed away at 88 years old, and it got me to thinking, just how revered Bill Russell was, not only to basketball fans, not only to Celtics fans, but also people that knew the type of person he was outside of, on the court. Now, mind you, I'm not the biggest basketball historian as far as the 60s are concerned, so I couldn't tell you about how good Bill Russell was unless you ask me about things I've seen on like ESPN Classic, or like things I've heard, or things I've read. So I couldn't really tell you anything outside of his playing career other than his defensive prowess. Of course, he's an 11-time champion, of course, coached the Celtics, and just it broke the, and was one of, not the first, but during a time where the NBA wasn't so heavily dominated by black athletes. He was one of those guys. And just today, it makes me like think and realize that it's a good thing that the NBA has its pillars of the sport still around. Bill Russell was 88 years old. That's a long time, and his playing career was long done. But them naming, the NBA naming the Finals MVP award after him was definitely something that will keep his legacy as far as basketball goes. 11-time champion with the Boston Celtics. Of course, whenever you mention championships, Bill Russell's name is at the top of the list, because no player in the current modern or any era will surpass that. No player will ever get 11. It's just not something that's realistically going to happen, and we know that. But I say all that to say, man, see, here's the thing. It's not a sad day. It's a celebration of the legacy, which is Bill Russell, which he left behind. Is not a opportunity for, of course we're going to feel like a void. Of course we're going to feel that, because it's like, even when you go back to seeing Bill Russell on the sidelines today, even when you see him doing some interviews today, it was definitely not in a serious. He was definitely joyful and full of life. And like I said, today is just one of those days where another legend, another NBA legend has passed and moved on to the next journey of life. And like I said, I don't know too much about Bill Russell's playing career, but I know he had battles with the Wilt Chamberlains of the world, and I was told on many occasions that he was one of the players to give Wilt Chamberlain a hard time on that basketball floor. And we're talking about Wilt was somebody who dominated at a time where nobody else came close to him. We're talking about somebody that averaged 50 points in a season. So Bill Russell being, 6'9", wearing Chuck Taylors, and we know these things because, I know these things because going back and looking at, like clips and reading certain things about the Celtics of the 60s, and, just being a fan of the sport, and the type of player that Bill Russell was. Like I said, I won't go on and on and on about Bill's playing career, but I definitely want to speak to the volume and the magnitude of the man he was. And I just hope basketball fans all over the world realize, the void and the type of person and player that Bill Russell was, man. Like, for me, as soon as I got the news, I knew I had to say something, and I wanted to speak on it while it was fresh on my mind. I didn't want to just sit back and think of what I wanted to say. I wanted to just come from my heart, a genuine place. And of course, this is the best platform that I have to use to say these things, especially, like I said, especially about a player who's not even just a player, a man, a person who, without him, you know, some of the things that took place in the NBA during those times, you know, wouldn't have helped us along the journey to where we're at today. You know, because of the Bill Russells of the world, you get to see, you know, players of a certain magnitude and stature during that era. You know, I won't go into detail on and on and on, but you know, we got certain players during that era of the 60s, certain players during the eras of the 70s. You know, like, some players' favorite player is Bill Russell. So, you know, it just speaks volume again to the type of person he was. Man, let me know what you guys think. Let me know, you know, you guys are Celtic fans. Let me know if you guys, you know, just want to say some words. Drop them down in the comments. Of course, as always, like, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that post notification bell. And of course, it's Astronaut H, and I catch you guys on the next video. It's the What More Do You Want Network.